Let's get this show on the road. What's going on, everybody? That's popping up, it's popping in. What's really good? Today we got an interesting topic. Today we're gonna talk a little bit about something because people tend to think that if they know how to do something, they should be able to sell it. And that's just not the case anymore. Knowing how to do something, a service alone is not valuable. There is some value there, but it's not valuable. Until you can teach people why they need it, how it makes their life better, then it becomes valuable. I can do a cartwheel. I can't convince nobody to pay me to make me do that cartwheel. But if you are in just gymnastics, if you are competing for the Olympics, then people will pay to see you do a cartwheel. So the value isn't for us, the value isn't always in the talent. Most of it's really in the marketing. It's in creating a product out of that service. And today, that's what we're going to talk about. All right. But before we get started, we gotta run the intro. We gotta do that. Let's do that. What's really good, guys? That's the 2021 intro we rolling with. But anyway, if this is your first time on this channel, my name is Ty. I'm a former Army combat photographer. I am the CEO of Flash Film Media, a video production company and photography company that I decided to build after making millions for other companies that I was working for. I decided, if I can get 10% of that, I can do well for myself. So I did it. I built the brand, I built the business, and here I am sharing my journey and how I built that brand and business to help you turn your passion into profit. So if you're looking to be a content creator, if you're looking to have cameras, pay for new cameras instead of your job paying for your camera, this is the channel you need to watch. If you want to learn how to Photoshop your grandmama's eyelashes, this ain't the place to be. We're talking business here. We talking about how to get that bag. So that's what we're going to talk about. Today, we're going to talk about products and services and understanding the difference between the two, because a lot of people think because I can do something well, people should pay me for it. And it doesn't work like that. Real quick, before we get started, before we jump down to it, what's going on, everybody that popped in, we got to talk about today's sponsor. Today's sponsor. It's a really important sponsor. If you've watched this channel, then you know that I talk about this sponsor all the time. Today's sponsor, of course, is Flash Film Academy. Flash Film Academy, pop this on the screen. Don't forget, y'all, real quick, we just launched our master course. We just launched the first segment of it, which is the Content Creator's Guide to creating a business, the building part. In that course, right, for the price of an old used Tamron, literally for the price of a used Tamron. That's when people be like, well, the price is based off old lenses. We teach you how to form a business, why niche is so important, and how to determine what's the right niche, especially in your area. A lot of people want to do stuff, but the area don't have the demand. We teach you how to figure that out, what websites to use to determine that, how to build every aspect of your business to dominate that niche. If your name don't match your niche, you're gonna have a hard time or a harder time. We teach you how to get rid of the old business model that everybody talking about with charging people for kits and doing portraits. Get rid of that. It's 2021. Things work differently. We're going to teach you the new business model moving forward. Everything you need to know to get an LLC, banking, credit, bookkeeping, what gear you need to start your business. We're going to talk about we're going to take a deep dive into beta clients, why beta testing for clients is so important, how to get beta clients, what's the right beta clients, what's the wrong beta clients. We're even gonna provide you with a beta NDA. We're gonna provide you with questionnaires. So that way you're not just there building up your portfolio, but you are leaving with information you need to help dominate your niche. We're gonna go over pricing. We're gonna talk about techniques. We're gonna even give you a pricing calculator so you can enter how many people on your crew, how many days, and it'll give you what you should be charging so that you can write proposals, and it's simple. We're gonna also provide you with the information you need to build your website. What needs to go on your website? Who can I hire to do those things if I don't know how to do it? We're also going to give you I'm gonna tell you about tons of mistakes I've made so that you don't make them. A lot of money I spent doing dumb stuff, thinking it's gonna help the business, and it didn't. We're also going to give you the testimonial request email template so that you can get feedback from your clients. Testimonials is proof. You need that to sell. Referral email template, non-buyers email feedback template. Why is that important? Because people who not buying from me, I need to know why they're not buying from me so that I can fix it. And next time I won't have that mistake. You need to monitor those things and make tweaks. You also can get the client feedback form to know what you're doing right for people that paid. You ever work with a client and they ain't come back? You need to know why. So you get all of that for the price of an old used Tamron lens. And you also get 15% off during the live. There you go. Link is in the description. It's a crown next to it. That's the master course. A lot of people ask a lot of questions on how to get clients, how to do this, how to do that. It is there. Please hit that like button. All right. That's what you do. Let's talk about it. Good looking out on the intro. Everybody that's liking the intro, appreciate you on that. We gotta keep it fresh. We gotta keep it clean. We're gonna put 30 minutes on the clock. We're going 30 minutes today. We're not gonna do 4 hours. We're going with a new format for 2020 or 2021. I'm sorry. That's the old format to 2020. We're leaving everything in 2020. So let's talk about a few things, right? Your ability to take pictures is not valuable to a client. That's why it's important that you understand how to build a product around what you do so that clients can purchase that product. A service is still a product. A lot of people think because they can rake leaves, people supposed to pay them to rake leaves. A lot of people think that because they can, film something, people supposed to pay them to film something. It doesn't work like that. You have to understand that you need to create a product for a client, and you define a client that needs that product. If you understand that, you will never go broke. Let me repeat that. You need to take what you do well, package it in a product, get it in front of people who need that product. You will never go hungry. Your bank account will triple and flip and everything. You need to understand the importance of that as a content creator. Often we feel like I take dope images, my videos is killer. I don't understand why people are not buying from me. People are not buying from you because they don't have a need for somebody to stand outside their window and hold up a dope picture. You have to turn your service and what you do well into a product that clients need. Now, if you've watched this channel, if this is not your first time, if you understand that I'm black by popular demand and you watch this all the time, I preach niche. Well, let's go into a little bit as to why I preach niche. Because niche is allowing you to create a product that's targeted towards an audience. When you target what you do and you create a product that appeals to an audience, you now know who to go after. And when you go after them, it's a match made in heaven. So you want to make sure that you got to understand that. Make sure you understand that part of your business. Who am I doing this for? What do I have to offer them? Stop thinking about me. I do this, I do that. I got 42 megapixels. I got 8K. I can edit. I spent all this money on lenses. I spent all this money on camera bodies. I spent all this money, and you haven't thought about who would actually want what I have to offer? Who would buy from me? Who care about this? Right? You can't make Barbie dolls and not think of kids who play with Barbie dolls. Your target is girls between the ages of 2 and 12. Okay, now that I know that I'm creating a Barbie doll for that age range, that target, that demographic, maybe the color of the Barbie doll may narrow my demographic even more. Give you an example. If you got a daughter like I did, I came up buying a lot of Bratz dolls, right? Some of you remember Bratz, some of you don't. Well, being a person of color, Bratz dolls appealed to me a little bit more than regular Barbies because I wanted my daughter to have a baby doll that resembled her. So I was in that demographic of dads and parents that wanted to buy it. So you know what they did? They advertised on channels like BET. They advertise on channels like Lifetime. They advertise in the middle of like basketball games and stuff that maybe ladies watch, or certain movies that were geared towards that audience. As a business owner, as a content creator, whatever you do, you need to understand who your target is and you need to package it in a way that makes sense for them. So, Ty, how do I find out about this? How do I know what's right? Beta testing. That's why I preach it and push it. You got to be able to beta test it. You got to be able to go to people that's already in that industry and say, bruh, what y'all want? Literally, if you want to work with dog groomers, go to a dog groomer. Say, what do you want? What can I film or take pictures of that's going to help you make money? How much are you willing to pay for that? How often do you need it? Have you paid for it before? What went right? What went wrong? That's why beta testing is the cheat code to life right now. Beta testing, you going to shoot for free and getting 3 beta testers is the difference between a Cavalier and a Corvette. Is your next car. Literally. My life has changed simply by asking my audience or my target clients, what do you want? What works for you? How can I help your business grow? What do I need to do so that you can make more money? And what are you willing to pay for that? If it's making you $20,000 a year, would you be willing to pay 5? Okay, cool. Those are questions you need to ask your beta clients. This is what I meant to post during that's the wrong way. That right there, that's the master course I was talking about. There you go. Now you got it. So you can't just often, and this is something that is huge with content creators. I don't care where you from, every content creator I talk to, we're on this horse. Like, and I just purchased the A7, blah, 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 and I take pictures and yada yada. If you look at my portfolio, I got pictures from presidents to the trash dump, everything in between. Still, I go to my clients and say, how can I help you make money? If you can help your client make money, they will never turn that faucet off. Right? It's just like a drug dealer. I told you, drug dealer mentality. Right? You push it like the content is the new crack. If I can get you a high you never got before, you're not gonna go nowhere else. You're gonna keep coming back. Just like a crackhead. I'm gonna sell you a piece of crack. You're gonna run off. It's gonna take you places you've never been, and you're going to make one stop before you come back to me. That's the stop to get more money. That's the ATM. And then you're gonna come right back to me. As a content creator, you have that ability. If you understand your niche, it's hard to do it for everybody, right? I'm gonna give you an example. Let's talk examples and analogies and stuff like that, because I love to do it, right? Headshot photographers. Let me give you just a little tip for your time. Tip for your time, right? Very, very, like, depending on where you are and the structure of your business will determine the type of headshot I will provide for you. Some of y'all are like, huh? Right, listen. Managers and CEOs, their goal is to appear approachable. We got an open door policy. Come and talk to me, right? So the average person, I would usually take their headshots like this. However, people who are in positions that manage other people, and I know they're going to have this hanging up in the hallway, I take their headshots leaning forward just a little bit because it makes them seem approachable. Little simple stuff that you can go drop down in the middle of a headshot meeting, in the middle of a meeting where you're working with a client, and you drop that on the table and they're like, we've been getting headshots for 20 years and nobody ever mentioned that. Well, guess what? You've been getting headshots from the wrong people. That's why our price is up here, and you've been paying this down here. That's why we're worth this, and they're worth that. Little stuff like that. They're little things that once you've worked in an industry for a long time, you'll know, you'll pick up. And when you put it on the table, your client is like, you ever seen this? I never seen this. You seen this? I never seen. Why did you hire that guy last time? He never talked about this. We spent all that money. He never talked about this. This guy walking the door, he talked about literally. That's how you want to do it, right? It's the equivalent to being in a let's go relationship analogy. Where fun film at? Being in a relationship. You ever been in a relationship and somebody did something you never got from another relationship, and you like, did you just bring me a beer? Soon as the kickoff happened, you brought me a beer. They do this for real? You ever try it? Try it. Just do something random for your partner. Just randomly go in and just listen to what they like. Don't do what you want to do. Like it's just like if anybody read the book The Love Languages, right? If you get a chance, if you're in a relationship or not, read the book that talks about love languages. Love languages, the book about love languages is so important because it teaches you to understand that your partner see love differently than you do, right? For me, physical touch and quality time is my 2 top love languages. I don't buy me no gift. I don't care. Words of affirmation, don't pump me up. I don't care. I don't care about that stuff. Acts of service, I don't care. I don't care what you do for me. I hate gifts. I actually hate gifts. I don't know why. I'm just not impressed. You can buy me a Bentley Bentayga. I'm just like, yeah, okay. I mean, you love me. Or you can come and sit up under me and watch the first 48 and I'm done on the couch. I'm done. I am in love. I am on Jared.com in my head buying a ring. You can just be in the room because that's my love language. Now, your love language may be different. So if your love language is gifts, in your mind, you're like, I'm gonna buy this person all the gifts in the world. And if I'm the person on the other end, I don't care about that. So in your mind, you're giving it 120%. I'm doing this, I'm doing that. I'm telling them they look good today. I'm pumping them up. And because that's not my love language, it means nothing to me. And you feel like you've done everything. You ever be around people who like, I do so much for everybody. That don't mean that's their love language. Like that's what you want. That don't mean that's what they want. So a lot of people, like, that's why I'm leery about people who say they do so much for I give everybody everything. Well, if you give a fish a whole lot of air, it's not what they want. They want water. Like you got to give them what they want. Your clients are the same way, right? Your clients are the exact same way. That's why you got to learn their love language. Their love language may change depending on their personality, their industry, their location, their financial situation, and the time of year, the season, right? Going into that third quarter, fourth quarter, your client may be looking at all them emails you send in daily about discounts and stuff. They care. This time of year, probably not. So beta clients is the cheat code to success. Everybody else gonna tell you to go shoot for free and go build your portfolio. Man, screw that portfolio. I can put 3 pictures on my website right now, 3 pictures, and put 10 testimonials and get more clients than if you had a website full of pictures and video. 10 testimonials. And my testimonials are gonna be built around my niche. Your testimonials is like, they had good prices. I really enjoyed them. He was fun. My testimonials gonna say, hey, we were looking for somebody that can come into our dental office and take our content to the next level so that clients would easily fill out paperwork and sign up for this, that, and the other. I couldn't find a guy better when it came to dentistry and creating content. That's why we went with Flash Film Media. That's what my testimonial is gonna say. So everybody else in the dental industry is gonna look at that testimonial and be like, this is the guy I want to go with. It's not even close. So you want to make sure that you understand the love language of your niche, of your target audience, of your client, and then give them what they're asking for. When you show up and you give people what they didn't even know they wanted, and it's in line with what they want, it can't be a shot in the dark. It can't be a guess. You gotta know. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's a bad analogy. Look, I'm a bigger guy. I'm not skinny, right? If you call me and be like, man, let's go to the park or something, I'll be like, man, let's go get some steaks. Boy, where my keys at? Let's go, partner. You know what I'm saying? Like, you got to know you got to know who your target audience is, right? If you got somebody that's in the healthcare and they working out, let's go work out. Yeah, let's go lift some. You got to know who your audience is. A lot of people have a service that they provide. They haven't even put it in the form of a product, and they don't even know who they're trying to sell it to. They just feel like in their mind, they deserve to get money because they have this ability. And most photographers and content creators that I know don't even do a good job at expressing what they can do well. They just like, here goes some pictures, figure it out. Figure out what I did for this client, figure it out. You go to their website, it's a portfolio website. Hey, client, even though you're coming to me to spend your money, figure it out. Go on this website and just figure out what we do well. And if it fit with what you got an idea for, then you also got to fill out this long form. And bro, I'm not making you work that hard to spend your money. I'm going to tell you exactly what I do well. If you need this, we can do it, and we do it the best. Click here. Strong call to action. Let's get started today. Let's go. That's why, and I break this down in every video and every course. When it comes to building a website, simple is the best way to go. This is our mission statement. Here's our demo reel. Here's a call to action. Here's proof. If you're scrolling below that, the only thing you're looking for is more proof. Cool. Testimonials. Throat punch. Call to action. Still not enough? More proof. Call to action. Let's get started. That is what your website should be. If your website is pretty picture, video, pretty picture, video, they're going to be like, it's cute, but how does this help me? If a customer got to figure out how they can make money off you and they're hiring you as a contractor, you failed. Period. You failed. That's like me going to Best Buy and the TVs are off. And I got to find out how to cut it on without a remote to see the quality of the TV. Then I got to go plug it up and hook it up to the game to see. Like, that's literally what that is. You're asking me to go to Best Buy and pick a TV when all of them are off. I got to figure out, like, is this HDR? Is this 8K? What is this? Is this 4K? 8K? Is that a 65 or a 70? Is it 70, 60? Do it look like a 60? Give me some tape measure. It look like bro, that's literally what clients are doing on your website when you just bombarding them with pictures. Literally. Anyway, real quick. We gonna before I get on my rant, we're gonna stop because we have another sponsor. That's how we doing it this year. We're gonna roll with us. I actually got approached by a lot of other sponsors. It's like, yo, we see that you guys support your sponsors well. We want to sponsor some videos. And I'm like, nah, bro, it ain't happening. But I tell you what is happening. This right here. Hey, pause for a second. I know you're in the middle of something dope, but I want to make sure I tell you about a course over at Flash Film Academy that changed the game for me. It literally took my business from attracting mostly low-end clients to consistently landing bigger clients with bigger budgets. It's called the 5 Key Steps for Creating an Effective Portfolio That Converts. If you're a photographer, videographer, editor, or graphic designer, this course teaches you how to take what your brand does well and present those things in a way to help the client understand how your brand can help solve their problem. This course isn't just about editing, but helping you understand that when clients are trying to make a decision on why or even if they should work with you, blasting them with your best video clips set to music just won't cut it anymore. It doesn't set you apart, show value, or help buyers in the process of making a decision. This course teaches you how to create a commercial for your brand, providing a first impression that will help you 10x your ability to land clients. Remember, if you can't effectively tell your story, clients won't hire you to effectively tell their story. Create a demo reel that sells the client before you even speak to them. Go ahead, click the link. Let's get started. Let's go. Let me restart the clock. Okay, so those are things you got to think about, right? Those are things you got to think about as a business owner, as a content creator, as a photographer, as a videographer. I keep hearing so many, it's so saturated. There's too many people doing it. Ain't nobody buying. The problem is you. I promise you. The problem is you. Ain't nobody buying it, man. They don't want to pay no money. Clients ain't trying to pay no money. Where the clients at? The problem is you. You just don't want to face it. You don't want to be honest with yourself. You don't want to look in the mirror and say, what can I do to appeal to more clients, right? If you're a guy, you ain't getting no dates, it's probably you. It's probably you. If you're a girl, you ain't getting no dates, it's probably you, right? So you gotta make sure that you gotta get off your ego trip. Content creators are known to have egos. We're just creatives like that. Like we want to just like, you know what I'm saying? We want to get a dry, like a piece of painting and just like a canvas and just mark on it and just sign it and be like, I'm done. It's $1 million. Pay me. I'm going to. That's what we want, right? Every artist want to show up barefoot and have an assistant put your Skittles in alphabetical order and bring me my camera that's already on the right settings. I shall snap a picture and you'll take it and my limo will. That's just who we are as content creators. But we got to get out of that because now we're business people. Business people don't have egos, right? Unless they're very successful and they have a right to have that ego. But you're no longer, as of now, if you're watching this video, you're no longer a content creator. You are a business person that provides cinematic solutions. That's what you do. Provide that solution. Get out of here with all that extra diva stuff because you won't make money. And I don't, listen, you can say what you want, but everything you see in this background, all three of my cars, my house, my marble countertops, I paid for with a camera. All of it. Everything in my life came through my lens. Take it how you want to. I didn't work to pay for any of my gear. I invested in gear that bought me other gear. That's where your mindset should be as a business owner. If you got to wait till you check, I'm going to get this check, I'm going to put this on this credit card. You got to focus on you. You got to focus on your business. You got to focus on building your brand. You got to focus on it. And I'm not, you can go look at the other YouTube guys that's going to BS you and showing you great cameras and let's go out to the beach and let's film. You can care about RAW and bit rates and Ninja. You can care about all that stuff all you want. That's cool. But shooting in RAW ain't going to bring you no more money than shooting in ProRes. Shooting in ProRes ain't gonna bring you no more money than shooting in MP4 or H.265 or H.264. It's not. The new GoPro 9 ain't gonna bring you no more money than shooting with the GoPro 8. The A7S III ain't gonna bring you no more money than shooting with the A7S II. I just want to be real with you. Like, I'm gonna be the one YouTuber that's gonna tell you. I ran a company off two A6500s for the longest. Didn't need to upgrade. 4K photography, 16 frames a second. I was at an NFL game with an A6500 before it was cool on the sideline. I took an A9 with me to test it in the A7 Mark IV, but I was on the sideline with an A6500. Nobody who was there cared what camera I had. So, something to think about. He said that's an expensive used timer, and it is. It's a 70 to 200. It's a 24 to 70. That's not even a good Canon lens. It's not even a good Sony lens. You're absolutely correct. You're absolutely correct. But if Canon put out a new 50 millimeter 1.2 that promises more blurry background than the next, it's not a question. I got to get it. So yeah, you're absolutely right. You're absolutely right. It's supposed to be that way. My job is I'm here for those who really trying to do it. And if you're really trying to do it, you've probably bought $1,000 lens before. You probably got 5 of them, 4 of them, 3 of them. You can't get in this game without a 70 to 200. Let's be real. The cheapest 70 to 200 is 1,100, 1,200. You got to have a 70 to, I don't care if you do headshots. I don't care if you do video. If you don't got a 70 to 200 f2.8, not an f4, I got bad news for you. I want you to write up a really good description. Take some really good pictures of your gear. I want you to go to Craigslist, post all of it, sell it. Because you're not going to be around. Can you get the job done with a Canon 6D? Hell yeah. If you got a 5D Mark II, you should be killing the game right now. Anything 5D Mark II and on, you should be killing the game right now. You could say, listen, people can say all they want about 4K. You will never have a client. I'm going to say never. 99.5% of your clients will never be like, give me a 4K file. You would be surprised at the fact that you can deliver 720p to a majority, because your clients aren't going to say, why it don't look good? Because 720p, 480p is actually beautiful. What they're going to say is, why is it not loading fast? I sent you that 8K file. Oh, I can't work with you because your videos don't load fast. Bruh. Like, what? So trust me. They want it to load fast. 70 to 200. Canon 80D, you can do it. 70 to 200 for sports and headshots, or for everything. You can shoot an interview with a 70 to 200, create a very shallow depth of field. You can shoot headshots with a 70 to 200. You can shoot product photography with a 70. You got to have a 70 to 200. If you 70 to 200 there's 2 lenses that if you lived and died with 2 lenses, 24 to 70, 70 to 200. My next lens will be a 50 millimeter. That goes for, I don't care what you do. I don't care if you do adult films. You better do it with a 70 to 200. You're going to need a 24 to 70 at some point when you try. Anyway, you know what I'm saying. 24 to 70, 70 to 200. Those are the 2 lenses that are just, then you start going primes, 50 millimeter. You know what I mean? They don't need 4K. Yep. 4K was made so you can buy more cameras and buy more TVs. They don't need it. Like, nobody, it's not needed. Your client is not going to request it. They want fast loading videos. So don't do that. He said, I rented my shop today and I'm building a virtual production studio. Thanks for all the guidance. Yes. If you have a physical location, get out of it. Get you a van. Physical locations in 2021, because I know a lot of photographers that are stuck in leases, that have buildings. They will rent me a space for the 3 days out of the month I need it for dirt cheap, and I will have a van with my equipment so I can go to my client. If you're working with corporate clients, it is it offers value if you can come to them, because they don't have to pull workers off of work for long to shoot this video. We can shoot it right here in the middle of your place. Shallow depth of field, boom, bang, pow, we good to go. So there you go. That's absolutely correct. I got a caption for that. That's absolutely correct. He's talking about if you shoot an adult. Hey man, whatever your thing, I'm not here to tell you what your niche to be. That's on you. Whatever you love. My goal is to help you get paid doing it. You know, whatever you love, whatever gets you out of bed in the morning, I fully support it. I fully support it. I don't care what it is. That's not up to me. Don't judge me here. Did the check clear? Hey, go for it. I'm just here to help you, just to turn it into something. That's my job. Just turn it into something. So, those equivalents, Panasonic, the Panasonic equivalent, that's absolutely correct, Michael. Can we call you Mike Jones? Who? So that's absolutely, you got to have it. In the master course, we talk about the bare minimum gear you need. We got a whole chapter dedicated to that. and repetition. If you ain't got 2 cameras, you ain't got 1. Don't go to no job with 1 camera. Because if something happens, you're going to be trying to finish the job with your iPhone. That's a no-go. That's how you get a bad review that messes up your money for a long time. Always have 2 cameras. Always have 2 cameras. Period. It ain't up for debate. If you ain't got 2, you ain't got 1. So if you got a camera and you trying to go buy new lenses, you should be buying another camera. You shouldn't be buying new lenses. You need 2 cameras. Period. We don't got nothing to talk about. If you say, but I don't want to hear it, you need 2 cameras, right? Preferably 2 cameras that are the same. We still work with the Blackmagic 2K. Hey, the Blackmagic 2K is a beast. The 2.5K is a beast of a camera. Once you learn the lighting with that camera, like once you learn how to light properly with that camera, you are untouchable. And that's the thing. When you get a camera, it takes time to learn the lighting, to learn what works and what don't work and how to, it just take time. You can't do that switching bodies all the time. However, you know what my saying is, marry the lens, date the bodies. We don't love them. We keep them for a minute, but we don't love them. Much love to you too, bro. Marry the lens, date the bodies. I'm not gonna go into detail with that, but you know what I'm saying. We don't love them. All right. But I love this camera body. I'm gonna keep it forever, and I'm gonna keep, and then don't do it. Camera bodies are a dime a dozen. If you got the original Canon 70 to 200, it came out at like 25 or I think it came out at like close to like $2,000. It's probably worth at least $1,500 now. It's still worth money. Whatever camera came out with it, the 5D Mark I, man, you couldn't throw it into a crowd. Nobody wouldn't even catch it. A 5D Mark I is so useless. You couldn't even you don't want to do that. Say you the truth, bro. Bought a van 2 years ago with hopes of using it for photography as an end result. Yes, get your van right, man. Get your van right. That's when you show up. Listen, I'm gonna tell you what I do, right? I'm gonna tell you what I do. All right, time's up, but we're gonna put another 10 minutes on the clock. So if you got questions, you may want to pop them up there now. So what I do with a van, right, is very simple. Whenever I'm there with a client, I always park my van so they can see it. I never go park it up in the back. I pull up front, I put hazards on. I'll even put me some cones around it, right? Listen, walk with me. I'm gonna show you. Give me some cones, put it around it, just like AT&T or like Comcast would. Because I want that client, when they get ready to cut that check, and I go in and I show up with my iPad, and it say flash film media, my hat say flash film media, my truck say flash film media, my card say flash film media, my pen will say flash film media. They have no doubts about writing that check. They're like, oh, okay. When I tell them the price and it's up here, and my competition came in cargo shorts, he came in a button up, some sneakers, a station wagon, and my price is here, they're going to understand why. That instantly shows value. Think about it. If you had to get your car fixed and it costs $500 and you got a BMW and it's at the BMW dealership, or a guy that's in the uniform, it said BMW, or you got my man that's just dirty in a wife beater and some toe up cargo shorts, and he like, yeah, I can fix it for $350. And you got the guy that's like, I'm an authorized BMW. You're gonna be like, yo, this is my BMW. I'm going over here. You don't even want clients that cut corners, that want stuff cheaply done. I don't even want to attract you. When you come to my website, you're either gonna say they're expensive or they do exactly what we need. And if you say these guys look expensive, get out of here, scram, move. So you want to attract high value clients that's going to pay high value money, that's going to have a lot of loyalty. Because once you do it right, they don't want to go searching for a new guy, right? When it comes to haircuts, you are a high value client to your barber because you go back every week. He understands that. So this is not business for content creators. It's not about a one and done anymore. It's about building a relationship. It's moving to subscription-based modeling. So get ready for to offer subscription-based pricing. Would you wrap your personal vehicle with your company logo? I would not do magnets. If you're going to do a complete wrap, if you got a bigger SUV, yes. I would not do magnets. When was the last time you seen a car with a magnet on it and you actually gave a damn about what was on the magnet, other than to make fun of somebody? What is they selling? Cupcakes? What is this? I can't see. The light turned green. Don't do magnets. Magnets backfire. How do you feel about trucks with camper top setup for photography video instead of a van? Some locations require 4x4 to get there. Perfect. Wrap it. See, I'm using a truck for my gear. Nothing's going to happen in the truck. That's nasty. I'm using my truck for my gear. So yeah. If you got a vehicle that's an SUV, definitely. I got a Ford Transit Connect. I'm going to tell you why I like it. 30 miles to the gallon. A lot of cargo space. Comfortable. Cheap to repair. Runs forever. That qualifies as a good van to me. Don't look like a creeper van. It works. So, is live stream niche enough? Nope. Who you live streaming for? We doing parties, bar mitzvahs? We live streaming for strip clubs? We live streaming for funerals? I don't know what we live streaming for. It's not niche enough. How do I know who needs live stream? There's no way to determine who needs live stream. There is a way to determine who may need a funeral live stream. If you are going to funeral homes, churches, that's my target. I can target churches and funeral homes if I decide to live stream funerals. If I decide to live stream golfing events, I know who to go after. Live streaming itself is not niche enough. You need to dig down a little deeper. Got to dig down a little deeper. Where them likes at? That's right. Hit that like button, please. Thank you. If you're not subscribed, this is the time where I'd ask you to hit that subscribe button. If you learned something here. Working out with an M50, go for it. Can't buy a second camera. With renting a second camera, and charging a client for rental work. Nope, that's a price. That's something you got to eat. Don't buy lenses. If you got one lens and have two cameras, you got to have two cameras. Period. You got to have two cameras. Go rent the lenses. Don't rent the camera. Because I'm gonna tell you why you don't want to rent the camera. So I have two of everything, right? Whatever camera I buy, I got two of. So right now, my camera of choice, of course, is the A7S III. My settings between both cameras are absolutely the same. I can jump to the next camera and go for it. I don't got to think about it. I don't got to be like, oh, where did they put Nope, not a problem. And I'm not talking about for a 2-camera setup. If you're doing a 2-camera setup, you need to bring a third camera. I'm sorry if I punched you in the throat. You need to bring a third camera if you got a 2-camera setup. Because if one camera dies, you need to replace it. You need to have one camera that's not being used at all times on a shoot. Period. But period. If you're doing business, if money is on the line, clients is on the line, you need that. Good looking out for the super chat, Alex. You need to have 2 cameras on deck at all time, a active camera and a standby. Do you want your doctor in the middle of surgery and they scalpel break and they like, well, patch him back up. We're going to have to recut him open next week. You'd be like, there's no way in hell I'm working with you again. You need to have tools on hand. That's just the cost of doing business. Period. If you're not thinking like that, you're not thinking like a business person. You're thinking like a consumer that want to get paid for camera work. Period. So I'm sorry it's a throat punch. Drink some water. I'm sorry you swallowed that Popeye's biscuit with nothing to drink. You're going to learn today. It is what it is. If you want to get beta clients, but they don't like to pay you, do you still ask them for questions or wait for free clients? Oh, but they like to pay. You can still ask them questions. I still ask my paid clients questions. I still ask them. Yeah. Between your portfolio course and your master course, how much do they overlap? None. Master course is about building the business. It's about bookkeeping, mail, target audience, how to get a beta client. It's about a whole lot of the business side, how to build a website. The portfolio course teaches you how to make a commercial for yourself that snatch people up. It's about, as a content creator, how do I represent myself in a way where people find my skills and ability useful for them? That's what that is for. How can somebody watching my demo reel not just see pretty pictures, but how can we, I don't want to say trick, but how can we make them understand that we offer a solution to their problem? As simple as that. A lot of people have video that don't do that. They just like, here go clips to music. And the client is like, how does this help me? Next. If your client is like, how does this help me? Next. Your client should be like, wow, how did I survive without this? That's exactly what we need. Let's get started. I don't care what the price is. Bay, good looking on the super chat. Great info, Bay. Bay, you still on the beach? I talked to Bay last week. He was on the beach. You know I got to message you, man, because you living a good life right now. Focus with GK. Say amen, amen. I've been working with a photographer for 26 years. I've always had 2 cameras with me at all times. If your camera stopped working for any reason, you need to have a way of working. Yes. Got to have 2 cameras. Don't you go in a gunfight with 1 gun. Your mug jam up and they bury you like this. You don't want to do that, fam. You don't want them problems. 2 cameras. 2 cameras, period. Rent your lenses. I don't care if you got no lenses, rent them. Start with the cheap Tamron, rent your glass, have 2 bodies. If you're going in business, if you make the decision that I want to make money doing this, pause, buy another camera, period. Because if you, I mean, come on, like if I hire you for something and you got to stop because you ain't got the right gear, man, we're going to have a problem. Especially if it's an emergency. Can you imagine being in a wedding, shooting a wedding, and one of your cameras died? You out there with your iPhone? Bro, you catching some hands. You're going to have a problem. Bruh. You catching some hands, bro. We ain't going to talk about nothing. You're going to catch hands in this tuxedo. Sued. I've actually had paying beta clients. I mean, that's about the relationship you develop. But having a beta client for free means they have nothing to lose and they're willing to be riskier. They're willing to give you the goods. They're willing to give you that. So, did you have to learn 2 camera systems the hard way? So I get 2 of the same cameras. I don't mind switching it. When I switch over, I switch everything. So if I got an Ursa and a Blackmagic Pocket Cinema, you can do that because they match and they're similar. Yeah. But I usually don't get a GH5 and a Sony. Don't do that to yourself. Get 2 of the same. You can match colors. If you got to start the project with this camera and it breaks and go to this, there's not a big difference in drop off in quality. You're not going from a C70 to a GoPro. It's not happening. You know, you don't got the client sitting there and they smack like, what's up with this quality, bro? What happened? Like, what happened after I've had cameras die and clients didn't even know. I was so smooth with it. Yeah, because you know, and we go, yeah. I'm looking at the team like, bro, here, take this. Figure out what's wrong with that. We good to go. You also want to do something with dual card setup. Record to both cards at the same time. If you can't afford this, you're not ready to be in business. I'm just being real. It's just the cost of doing business, right? It's just the cost of doing business. You gotta be ready for that. What is a beta client? We're gonna talk about that in a minute. How do I feel about using A7S III as a main photography video camera and having 2 GH4s for backup? I personally wouldn't do it. I wouldn't do it. So a beta client is a client that you work with for free to discover what you should be doing, right? To discover what your target audience like, what you should product-wise, what should you be offering, right? Let me give you an example. If I'm working, and I like to use dentists all the time because this was a throat punch to me. I was working with a dentist as a beta client. I'm going in my mind, I think I want to sell the dentist a promo video. Y'all got these screens up. I'm tired of looking at pictures of like beaches and dogs. They don't got nothing to do with dental. Let me shoot some video to put it on the screen. Using a beta client, I realized that dentist didn't give a damn about what's on that screen. They didn't care. That didn't make them money. And I learned that what made them money was creating content to help their clients fill out paperwork faster so they didn't have to pull Judy off cleaning somebody's teeth out the back and have her up front in the lobby teaching people how to write their name. Having video that helped with that was more beneficial. I didn't think of that because I'm not a dentist. So learning that allowed me to create that content for that dentist and walk in another dental office and say, how much time is Judy spending with client? A lot. It's killing me. We offer a service where we can create a video to help clients that are sitting in your lobby get through your, wow, where have you been all my life? And I just learned it from the last guy. Now that product is valuable. I don't got to sell it too much. I'm in the door. To them, I am a dental content creating genius. Everything that come out of my mouth, they like, yes, let's do that. Let's do that. Add that. Let's do that. Because I'm the guru now, right? I'm the subject matter expert, all from working with my beta client. 3 of them. I talk about it in the course, how to get them, what to say. But because I've learned it, I'm better. If you're a guy or a girl, we're gonna get a relationship analogy. If you're a guy and you have real female friends that you love like sisters, you love them to death, you're going to be a little bit better in your relationship because you have real female input. If you got a good relationship with your mama, if you got a good relationship with your sisters, guys with sisters tend to do better with women than guys who don't got sisters. Because sisters are like, don't say that. Sisters are like, you need some gum. You need some gum before you go. Don't wear that shirt. Not a good look. She's not gonna like you. Sisters get you right. Female friends get you right. Well, how did you tell her? I told her breath stink. Oh, you can't tell her like that, Ty. Girls just, we don't. I know you didn't mean any harm, but you got to soften the blow. I'm military. When my boy breath stink, I tell him his breath stink. He get it. Why she don't get it? Well, ladies work a little differently than guys do. Let me tell you what you should have said. Oh, okay. Then you go back and you do it right. Beta testers are their big sister. Beta testers are your female friends. Beta testers are your buddies. Because there is no money exchange, there's nothing at risk. They're getting your friendship out of the deal. They're getting content out of the deal. They will help you build a business that appeal to their target audience. Now, beta testing, you can't get 3 people from 3 different areas because they don't think alike. They don't think alike. I can't get somebody that's 80, somebody that's 40, and somebody that's 13 to tell me how somebody that's 22 or 25 or 30 would think. They're just different generations. They think differently, right? As a parent, I'm like, well, my kid, I got a daughter that's 18. You ain't ready to drive? For what? Uber delivers, Uber drops me off, Amazon deliver. I'm like, I was ready to get my license and run at 16. You can tell these kids today ain't. For what? Where am I go? I can Zoom my friends. I can Snapchat them. I can get stuff delivered. What am I rushing to go be on the freeway for? You're right. Things are different, but you got to talk to people. You got to talk to your target audience to know what's right. Ursa versus FS6 A7 III. I sold my Ursa for my A7 III and I ain't looked back. I got a video coming on that. I like the A7S III better than the FS6. Better autofocus. So for me, I got a whole video on that. I ain't thought about that big old heavy. I'm walking around here gliding like nothing to think about. Getting to know your clients by asking more questions. Yes and no. Beta clients are going to give you more than your average client will. Your average client is scared you're trying to up the price. They're fearful of their wallet. They're protecting their wallet. Why you need to know that? A beta client, you can say, what would you usually spend on something like this? What do you feel comfortable spending? What's a good price? How much would you usually spend a year? They're getting it for free. They'll tell you that. Right? Just like your female, as a guy, your female friends will tell you stuff that your girlfriend will never tell you. I had to get out of there. He was your female friend. You'll be like, what? I never thought of that. They'll tell you yeah, because if he trying to, I'm like, I never thought. It's the same. They have nothing to lose. They have nothing to gain other than your friendship. That's why beta clients, and that's why I preach this beta client method, because it works better than a paid client. Once you exchange money, it's a different ball game. Different ball game. All right. Does the A7 III have a 30-minute record? I think the A7 III does, but the A7S III doesn't. I'm actually on the A7S III now. All right. With that being said, we're gonna get ready to wrap. If you learned anything from this, please hit that like button. That like button is important. It's important. It costs you 2 easy payments of like 99. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button if you want. And grow the business side. Grow the business side. That's right. Real quick, let me pop that on the screen because that's good. You want to make sure you got to grow the business side, content creators. Camera work is cool. I love it. Camera stuff is wonderful. And a lot of guys on YouTube going to tell you camera, lens, bokeh, blah, 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 blah. Who paying for this stuff, man? These camera bodies is $3,500, $4,000, $10,000, $50,000. They not telling you shouldn't be going to work to buy this stuff. You should be using this stuff to pay for yourself. Alexas are expensive. Not you, Alexa. Reds, they're expensive. Not because they offer a whole lot. They're expensive because they know what you're going to make off of it if you know how to properly use it. They know what you're going to make off this camera. They know this camera, you about to go shoot Avengers with it. Y'all about to do $1 billion. We want some of that. We just want 100,000 of it. So it's just a tool, right? It's just a tool. But the best tool you can invest in is that. Invest in it. I don't care if it's with me somewhere else. I don't care if you go to wherever, go to lynda.com, go to wherever you go, master course, I don't care where you go. This is not a promotion for what I'm doing. This is a promotion to help you understand that this is the most valuable tool you got. This up here. Don't get caught up in this world of bokeh and lenses and gimbals and sliders and motorized this, and you can get, who cares if you can't get a client? Not me. So learn about this. Little stuff. Let me give you another one before I go, right? The most important tool in your bag is personality. You know what I mean? Bad videos, you know what I mean? Bad shooting days I've had on sets where clients had fun. Let me say that again. How many bad shooting days I've had. I was just out of it. Stuff was out of focus. Coloring wasn't the greatest. Photography was, but clients had so much fun on set. They was like, don't worry about it. Let's shoot some more. Personality is a big part of your brand. Culture is a big part of your brand. Master that before you worry about upgrading from a 1.4 to a 1.2 to get a little more bokeh. Don't believe everything they're selling you. A lot of these guys are trying to sell products. You don't need all that to be great. You don't need all that to make money. You don't need all that to do $100,000, $200,000, $300,000 a year in this industry. You don't need it. You don't need it. You don't need a red to make 200,000. Trust me. You don't need all that. What you need is education. You need to understand how business works. You need to make sure your personality reflects that. You need to make sure that you're showing value. You need to make sure that you are the subject matter expert and that you are providing a cinematic solution that makes your clients money. If you do that, you will be turning jobs down. You will be selective. I am at a point where I'm like, I don't really want to do this. I'm going to pass this on to somebody else. I'm going to sleep in this week. I'm good. Trust me. Content is going nowhere, right? It's the content, the need for content is, I'm not going to say it's not going nowhere. It's not decreasing. Every business that owns a toilet needs video. Do the math. Even if they don't own a toilet, if it's a cab company, they need video. They need photos. They need media. They need it a lot, right? Every time you see a TikTok, a Snapchat, a new platform pop up, they're like, damn, we got to create video for that too? Okay, we need more. We need to be on TikTok, Instagram, Snapchat, Facebook, YouTube. We need to be on all of that. Periscope, whatever. We need to be on all of that. Somebody got to come in and create that content. So build your business, get your bread. Because if you got a camera and you ain't making money in 2021, I don't know what to tell you. It's out there. You just don't want it. Money will fall on your lap if you get the business right. I have no excuse for you, fam. Like for real. Like if you ain't eating above average with a camera in 2021, it's because you choose not to. It's because you like working. You like having a boss. You like being told what to do. You like having to be there whatever time they want you. You like working on holidays. You like being a slave, and it's cool. No disrespect to that. If you're a 9-to-5er for life, cool. I'm going back to sleep. With that being said, I'm gonna close out on that because that's really what it is. I like to control my life and my destiny. It's up to you. I'm, a majority of what it takes to be rich in this world is available on the internet. The problem is people don't implement it. They love motivational books. I don't like a person that reads 6 motivational books and ain't did nothing. I don't like people that watch motivational videos every day. You got to get a quote every day. When you gonna do something? Implement it. Put it to work. Take the chance. Start building the website. Start the podcast. Start the video. Start it. I don't deal with people that just want to talk about it all day because there's a lot of people that to feel like an entrepreneur, they want to talk about it. Oh, yeah, let's talk. What are you doing? Implement it. Start doing it. Stop talking about it. Right? Go take that money instead of buying whatever you're going to buy that's probably trash this week, trash this month, whatever you got. If you got a PlayStation or Xbox, I'm messing with you. Let's be real. If you that money, people will spend $300 on shoes and will cuss you out over a $10 course. Like it's crazy. That's your choice. That's why you there and he there. But that's on you. Implementation, people. Educate yourself. Put it to work. Watch stuff change around you. Your friends gonna change too. So with that being said, I'm out. I gotta go. That's it. Make sure you hit that like, share, subscribe. It's YouTube. I gotta say that, man. Gotta do it. I will see you guys in the next video. We do this every Tuesday. If this is your first time, every Tuesday at 1 Central Standard Time. If you are a gold member and you get all that extra content, we do it on Thursday nights as well, where we invite gold members to be a part of the live chat and be on video with us and talk. And those usually go about 3-4 hours. All right. Y'all be safe. If you wear your mask, if that's